Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here, welcome back to another Nikke Goddess of Victory video. Now, a lot of you guys have asked me, yo GuitarRock, what is going to be the best team to basically use crown with in terms of pushing campaign, right? If you are pushing campaign specifically, this is right now, based on my testing, going to be pretty consistent. Now, Modernia, Red Hood is going to be the 2 damage dealer that you ought to try to have. Now, if you don't have Modernia or Red Hood, right, hopefully you have one of these two. But one of them could be substituted with Scarlet Black Shadow. That's also going to be pretty strong. Now, Naga and Crown, I'm sure you guys have heard of that combo before by now. It's going to be very, very strong. Now, the whole idea with Naga and Crown is Naga needs that shield application, right? So TR, besides TR, Crown is the only other character that works very consistently. So the reason why is because of this particular one. Activates when applying shield, affects all allies. And then damage dealt by attacking core increased by 65.82%. So this is a huge damage boost right here. And Crown can basically give Naga this ability right here. And also, Naga complements Crown as well with this particular skill right here, right? So where activates when after 5 normal attacks, affects 2 ally units with the lowest HP percentage. Alright, recovers 7% right now for me, level 5, of the caster's final max HP. Now, this skill is a little bit buggy, alright? Right now, I've heard that some players say that they tested this on their crown and it couldn't work correctly because their crown's HP percentage has too high of a HP and it makes it so that this skill doesn't target their crown. Because crown has too much HP and it only affects 2 ally units with the lowest HP percentage. So it means that your crown will have to be super low in terms of the HP percent to be able to benefit from this skill. But so far for me, when I test this earlier today, I never noticed this issue. Alright, so let me jump into it. Now, my crown do not have any dupes. Alright, I only have a limit break 0. I'm not even limit break 1, not limit break 2, not limit break 3. So if your crown is like probably core 7, I can see that because every time you get dupes for your characters, you get more stats, right? It gives you more HP, it gives you more attack, etc. So that could have caused that particular issue moving forward. Because how you want to identify that Naga skill, every time she attacks and she gets that 5, that purple thing, okay, you can see my crown just died right there. That is going to happen sometimes. Alright, I don't know if you guys are, have noticed that before, but that definitely happens more often than you guys think. Which is why I still think, in some occasions, you might want a Rapunzel instead. Because Crown, yes, she does have invulnerability, which makes sense during the period where she is taunting from her skill, I believe her skill 2, right? But she can still die because sometimes the attack is still being targeted on her after invulnerability ends and she sometimes just dies. It has happened multiple times before. I do think that Rapunzel is still kind of good in that sense that she can revive Crown if that happens. Now, if you have this team with Crown and Naga, if Crown dies, I guess it's not too bad, right? Because you still have Naga to initiate the burst to, or you still have Red Hood in this case, which is not the end of the world. Now, one more thing also is they did address this. Apparently, I saw in one of the notice, in the system notice under here, I saw that it was highlighted all the way at the bottom right here, where this particular one, they even addressed this. They are aware of this issue. Alright, support of friendship is that Naga skill is applied on the wrong target sometimes. So it could be bug. If you guys are experiencing this, it's definitely going to be bug for sure. And we have found the cause of the issue and we'll fix it through a rough patch. I don't know if they have fixed it or not. As far as I know, it's still there. But so far, based on my testing, I don't seem to struggle with that particular issue yet. So let's talk about this team in general, right? So the purpose of this team ideally is just Crown is going to be buffing the entire team. You want to use Crown's burst too. Alright, I get asked a lot, if I use Crown, do I use Naga's burst too or Crown's burst too? You want to still use Crown's burst too. Alright, Naga she's strong, but her buff is nothing compared to Crown, alright? Now, if you arrange in this particular order from left to right, alright, Lita is always going to be bursting 1, burst 1, and then Crown is always going to be burst 2, and then it will always activate Modernia as the burst 3. Now, Modernia, if there are multiple targets on the screen, you still can benefit from her burst for sure, right? Such as follows in the normal campaign. Now, you might have seen this picture circulated around, being shared around on Discord, Reddit, and also on Twitter, right? So this is going to be one of the recommendations by a pro JP player. So let's scroll down a little bit and show you guys. So you can see right here, one of the recommendations right here is to use this same team. But with Crown and Modernia, they are both using the Bastion Cube. And for Lita, Red Hood and Naga, you can sort of use Vigor Cube to make sure that Naga is always proccing the skill, in this case the Support of Friendship, this particular one, because it only affects 2 ally units with the lowest HP percentage. So if you have Litter, you have Red Hood, and you have Naga with all the Vigor Cube equipped on them, then that means Naga is going to be able to permanently cast this particular skill on Crown and Modernia. Hopefully these two will be the one with the lowest HP. But that's not what I'm running right now. While I do think that it's going to be a good method, for sure, right? But my Litter is not running that particular cube. Alright, I'm running the defense cube on Litter. I don't know why am I running that. I guess it's for PvP. So I am running Bastion cube, Modernia and Crown. I think that's going to be one of the better ones. And then for Red Hood, I am running the the regular Onslaught cube because that gives me the charge damage, which I do appreciate for using Red Hood. And for now, with Naga, Assault cube. But yeah, if you are struggling with your proc from the Support of Friendship, and you notice that your Crown is not activating this particular skill too, which is the Royal Attire, this particular one. Let me show you guys in the battle, alright? How do you look out for that particular skill? The thing is, the Support of Friendship doesn't really show up in the list of skills. Okay, let's look for the 5 attacks right here. Okay, there I heal. Did my Crown got the healing? Royal Attire. Yeah, you can see. So if you see Naga heals with that pink color aura circle thing, and then your Crown gets this particular skill, right? Increase attack damage, blah blah blah. So this means that Crown was being targeted by Naga to heal. Now, unfortunately, Naga only targets 2 characters. So you can see 2 ally units with the lowest HP percentage, and this is always not going to be Crown at times unless you apply this particular method where you go and put like the HP Vigor Cube on everyone else. Now if you are fighting solo bosses, Scarlet Black Shadow and Alice is going to be slightly better than Modernia and Red Hood based on apparently this testing. Alright, if you are trying to fight solo bosses, this is going to be something that you can consider, right? In the campaign. So this is going to be strictly for campaign only, so these two apparently have been tested to be one of the better teams out there. Now, I did a couple of testing as well, which I'm going to share with you guys right here. You guys need to know that in solo raids and in union raids, the boss that you fight, alright, are going to be dependent on the elements, alright? So this game is very, very element dependent. So therefore, there's also going to be situations where some characters are going to be better than others. So let me show you guys a couple of examples or teams that I've done so far. So this particular one, I don't believe I've tested anything yet, but I did test on the Iron Boss, right? So for this particular one, Scarlet Black Shadow, Red Hood, alongside with Alice, this seems to give me the best result. Obviously, you gotta have a little bit of healing, right? And that's going to be something that we'll need to find out in the next solo raid bosses, if Naga's heal is going to be enough or not. Because if Naga heal is not going to be enough, then this particular so-called the best team is going to just fall apart, right? If it's good for campaign, but it's not going to be good for bosses, then there's no point, right? Because I don't think Naga's heal is going to be enough. That's something that I think us as players need to consider. Now for Electric, this is where Crown shines. You can see I'm doing like 1.4 billion damage right there. Crown and Red Hood, typically one of the best, and of course if you can slot in Maxwell to basically buff both of them, if you don't need the healing, this is going to work. But what surprises me is the Swimsuit Annie's team that I tested in the water boss. So this one, surprisingly, Swimsuit Annie's and Scarlet got buffed like crazy. And of course, when you're using this particular team, you have to also slot in Dorothy and Privati. If you need a healer, I'm not sure what's going to be the best one right here. Maybe like a Helm or a Rapunzel to replace Privati or Scarlet, depending on who is going to suffice. I don't think that Privati can be taken out right here to basically have a better survivability overall. Oh yeah, skill priority, a lot of people have asked me that as well. I did mention that in the previous video, but in case you guys missed it, I do recommend going for skill 1 first, as you can see. That's what I am focusing on, followed by the burst skill, and then the skill 2 last. Prioritize it in this particular order. And if you're looking for the Overlord States gear, for me, I do recommend trying to get attack percent because she can do pretty good damage. And if you can get at least 2 max ammo capacity, that's going to be pretty good, alright? Hit rate is not too bad for her because she's a machine gun unit. She can benefit from hit rate, but ideally attack percent is going to be superior. Alright, prioritize attack percent as the main one. Max ammo capacity, at least 2 max ammo capacity is going to give you the more chances for you to fire without reloading. And the last one is, you know, I would say go for elemental damage if you care about fighting in bosses, since Crown I think is going to be one of the better characters to tackle bosses However, she's still going to be a buffer first. You know, she's not going to be a damage dealer. But just to give you guys some reference point, this is what I have right now. I don't have enough stones right now, so I'm not going to modify much. But I do, I think this is my best one. Maximum capacity and attack percent. And then maximum capacity, charge damage obviously is not, you can't use charge damage on her. But I guess crit rate and crit damage, not too bad if you can't get attack percent. Alright, that's gonna be it for this video. Stay tuned for more Nikke videos coming up soon. As always, subscribe, give this video a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.